Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to week 3, day 1 of our ELA lesson. Today, I'm going to teach you about text and graphic features in an informational text. Before we do that, I want to tell you what your homework for today is going to be. So you're going to read the story Vaqueros, America's First Cowboys in Think Central. You're going to do an assignment on the graphic and text features. That's going to be written, so take a picture and submit it. And then you're going to do your Fab 5 vocab. That is a Google form, so all you have to do is select the right answer, and then that will submit automatically. All right, what are text and graphic features, you ask? Let me tell you. Text and graphic features. So there are two different types. There are text features and graphic features in an informational text. They are both used to give us more information. So text features can help the reader get more out of the informational text. Some kinds of text features are headings and captions and sidebars and text boxes and bold terms and lists. Graphic features also help you get more information out of it. They also help you find information that might not be super clear in the text. So types of graphic features are photos and maps and diagrams, charts and graphs. Both of these, but more specifically graphic features, just give a bigger idea of what the author is trying to make sure that you understand. So in our story today, which I'm going to show you in a minute by sharing my screen, there are all sorts of different types of text and graphic features that help give you a better idea of why this is so important and what the author is trying to show you. And your assignment for today, the graphic feature assignment, is to make a little chart about that. So how this chart should look, I'm going to write it on our chalkboard. The way I would suggest doing this chart is making kind of like a T-chart. But I like my T-charts to have walls. So on one side of the chart, you're going to say what the text or graphic feature is. Text or graphic. And on the other side of the T-chart, you're going to say its location and what it's used for. And purpose. And I will be putting a picture of this onto wherever your assignment is so that you can see closer up what it should look like. All right, so now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do an example just together so that I can walk you through kind of what I'm hoping comes out of this. So I am on Think Central. So here's our story, Vaqueros, America's First Cowboys. So we're not going to read anything because I'm going to let you do all of the reading. But first, if you look up right here, are there any graphic features on this first page that I could write down? There are, you're right. There's a title, The Journeys. That's not the title of our story, is it? It's a different, so that would be text or graphic. Which one was it? Let's see. Headings. That is a text. Yep, that is a text feature. So I could write heading. And then just because there are a couple different types of headings in this story, I'm going to write the heading itself. The journey. All right, let me zoom up a little bit closer or knock my whole thing over. Oh, there we go. All right, now you can see a little better, hopefully. So I have my heading, the journey. What do you think the purpose of this heading is? So if I'm looking at this section, it's the first section of the story. Let me scroll next and maybe we'll get a better idea of why they chose to put a heading right there. Let's see, there's some pictures, some more. Oh, look at this. There's another heading, expanding the colony. So what this tells me is that this first section is going to be all about the journey that whoever the story is about took. So the purpose, it's giving me a better idea of what this section is about. better idea of what section is about. All right, there's my first text or graphic feature. Extend our chart. Let's see, are there any other text or graphic features on this page? There are. There's a graphic feature. There's this picture, and look, there's a little sidebar next to this picture. So you could add that to your chart. You could do picture, and then you could do sidebar. Just remember to tell me why that's there. So this is what you are going to be expected to do for the graphic organizer assignment. The second thing that I want you to think about while reading today, and it's going to tie into your Fab 5 vocab, is we are still trying to understand why an author might choose to use specific vocabulary or a specific phrase to emphasize their meaning in the story. So while you're reading, I want you to pay attention to the highlighted terms in your story, which are the vocab words, as we know, because your vocab assignment is going to ask you to define the vocab word based on how it's used in the story. So while you're reading, I want you to just kind of keep in mind, I know what this word means, but why did the author choose this word over all of the other words that mean it? Did it add more emphasis to the story? Maybe it helped create a better image in my mind. So 2 things to pay attention to today: text and graphic features, and the vocab and phrases that the author chose to use in the story. I will see you later this week. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, maybe. And